Man, day after a win, woo, I got that feel good feeling. Hey, look, y'all, we're gonna talk about this game here. Also gonna talk about the upcoming golf game and volleyball. They're halfway in. So we got another game. So if you want to watch it, you got a Rattlers Plus, go do that. But if not, about to get started. And we also look, HBC Digital gave us a little something, something. So we about to show up and we're gonna show y'all what's going on with Founders Day too, man. Y'all already know what's up. It's Fangs Up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!
And that might be the knockout punch.
All right, man. We're ready to get into it. Happy Founders Week. So, man, hope you had a great Founders Week. If you don't know, October 3rd, 1887 is the day FAMU was founded. October 3rd is also the day Cookman was founded. That was, happenstance. But it was fun, man. And, got a little footage from the Miami South Dade Rattlers. I love the thing. It was like So Dade Rattlers. So let's see what they had in. That was so nice. I almost cried. Oh man, it was really pretty though. All jokes aside, though, that was nice. I ain't gonna lie. Look, kind of pick you up, professional, first class down in South Dade. Y'all ain't playing no games, no games played. So after that, again, homecoming's coming. You got about a good couple weeks, about a good, 2-3 checks for some of y'all. So, make sure put you a little bit to the side. But man, FAMU golf, they were on, or they're gonna be on tomorrow in Brooksville. So they're actually playing against the University of South Florida, but they're gonna move it over there to Brooksville just because it's convenient, pretty much. I mean, I can lie to you, tell you the truth. And so far, on the volleyball tip, softball, they're looking okay, but volleyball, they won 3-2. Is a comeback too. Like they were losing, I was a little nervous. I'm like, we can't fall any further behind Alabama State, and they won 3-2. So comeback fashion, good thing going on there. Now FAMU football, man, some good things going on. We got some other scores though. So before we we're gonna make sure we finish by talking with them. But went back and rewatched the game. It's on ESPN3. Not ESPN3. I'm old. It's on ESPN Plus. There we go. So you can watch it in your leisure. But it was, after watching it the first time, it was an easier watch. I think if I had not seen it and if I was just waiting, I'd have been that much more frustrated. But kind of looking back at the game, man, I had a couple things. And I'll start with the offense. Man, third down and 4 or less, I want to see us maybe run a little bit less from the shotgun. But one of the things that's kind of messing that up is penalties. Like that was a problem. But I'm gonna go straight to the the head of the snake offensively. Um, and instead of going Coach Simmons, I'm going at Musa. Look, Musa had a good day. Like QBR is 280.32, and Musa looked really good in the pocket. Like one of the things I actually enjoyed watching. Watch Musa. Like go back and watch that game. That's probably the best showing he's had as far as like pocket awareness. Watch Musa climb the pocket. Like he's in there, he gets the ball, he steps up, steps into open spaces, almost at lanes, and he throws really well on the run. Like Musa did really good, and he protected the ball. I mean, granted, he gets sacked one time, so that's a credit to the offensive line, and I'm gonna give y'all you just do in a minute. But he took the checkdowns too, and Jay Walker kind of definitely bashed him one time. Like you had an open receiver, but you threw it to the check down. And it's like, okay. Now he had a couple passes that were, questionable. But at the same point, I think Musa threw the ball 50 times. So you throw the ball 50 times, no picks, and an almost pick. I'm cool with that. Like, I'll just be real with that. Like, but Musa looked really good. And he showed he was mobile. Like I've been telling y'all, my quarterback's mobile. Look, Musa was scrambling pretty well. The Moose got loose. Like Moose was running the read option. I told y'all I watched that Arkansas Pine Bluff game, and that was something that you could exploit against Southern was the read option. Willie Simmons must have seen the same thing because Musa held on to the ball and nobody saw it coming. I mean, Musa ran for a good 20 yards back to back, and it was pretty solid. Like it was nice. Now I will say, my only real critique about Musa when he's running, stop trying to run people over. Like Musa, big boy, and he tried to drop that shoulder, but it's more important that he stays healthy than he get that film of him, doing Moose things to people. Like we understand the Moose is the most dangerous deer in the United States. But the Moose ain't got to be the most dangerous deer on the field. Like you just take what you can get, take it slide, brother. But look, Musa ain't playing no games. Keep talking about me you want to. And I'm gonna give some credit to the quarterback coach. I don't know who that is, But the quarterback coach, look, you done well, coach. Like you done well. You working with him with his checkdowns, remind him about, hey, maybe escaping the pocket. And it really, to me, it just opened up the offense a little bit. But, man, the bugaboo for us, man, the rack boys and the running backs. Woo. And we had 17 drops in that game. Now, all of them weren't good drops, and 2 of those were on some penalties. I got 1, 2, 3 of them were just bad passes. But they weren't terrible. It's just they weren't great. But 17 drops, that's a lot. Like, 5, 6, I'd have been like, okay. But that's almost 20. And it might have been worse than that if, Dooley had a clue at the end of the game, man, because that was crazy. But that was something that really hit. Like, and you saw some names up here, or I see some names 3 times and 4 times. So I'm just saying, it's a good thing college doesn't keep track of that stat, but because looking back, man, that was damning. But for some of them who lost or dropped the ball that often. Now the man that was showing up though, and he had a drop or 2. He had 1. Riley, 2. He led the team in receiving yards, 97 yards. But get him the ball, man. We even saw, I guess they gave him credit for that player's pass. I thought it was a run. But we saw where they were finding new ways to get him the ball. And K-Dot, like before K-Dot gets hurt, like FAMU was getting into a groove before we got really cute and ran that play. But K-Dot, look, FAMU's receivers got kind of comfortable. And Nicholas Dixon, look, I got him on my list once for a drop, but otherwise, he's starting to kind of get a little comfortable. But the tight end room, whew, they were a godsend. Kamari Young, 68 yards. Your second leading receiver in this game was a tight end. And really, the tight ends were godsend as far as you being able to move the ball down the field. And it was something that I stated and I told y'all about. I was like, hey, family, we got to get these tight ends the ball. We got to give Moose some checkdowns because otherwise it's not going to be fun. Like, it's not going to work. And it doesn't work as well. But all of a sudden, man, it seemed like when the Moose got to moving and throwing on the run, like Moose is one of the few quarterbacks I'll say he might be more accurate when he's throwing on the run, especially when he's kind of running to the right, got his body faced right, and can kind of throw the ball and finishes. He's got a smooth release. That was the thing I noticed last season. But in this game, it came back and you started looking around like, oh, yo, this dude's about to get comfortable. And he put the ball, especially when he was running the bootleg, he puts that ball in the right place a lot of the time. Not every time, but a lot of the time. I actually feel like he's probably more comfortable throwing in motion opposed to being the drop back passer that we really know him to be. Because, again, Moose is more mobile than y'all would give my boy credit for. But, you know, I might have said that once or twice. Now, the unsung heroes, offensive line. All right, they played well, especially pass protection. Run-wise, I mean, it was what it was. Like, Southern's defensive line, though, I told y'all, them boys are like that. They're good. And they only got one sack. That's probably the second best D-line in the conference, you know, probably between them. Maybe Jackson on a good day. I don't know. But, yeah, man, it was solid, man. Now, the running back room, look, we dropped a couple passes. Boy, Jennings dropped two of them. One of them really wasn't his fault, though. Like, you could probably say neither one, but, oh, man. That last one, fourth quarter, about 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Man, he would have caught that. My God. We had a couple opportunities, though, that we definitely missed. But the running backs, they were solid. Protected the ball. Y'all know how I feel about us running out of shotgun, especially with the big guys. But Kelvin Dean and Leland Willoy started giving us something. Like Terrell Jennings and Yant, they're holding their spots. Like close to the goal line, give me that single back formation where you had the H-back kind of coming across the block. I like that. That was sweet. And giving Yant the ball close to the goal line, just as sweet, baby. Like, I want that. Like, that was a good play call. But I think the other thing that FAMU really found in its offense is something that, if you go back, it's not new for Willie Simmons. It's tempo. Like, go back and watch Southern's defense in that fourth quarter. It starts in the third quarter, but you got some of them buddies over there looking like the Popeyes lady in the meme. Like, you was just like, what? You tired? Like, hold up. Like, it was really like that. Like, they were worn out. Like, I was like, oh, snap. Like, what's going on? But, look, I'm just saying. Like, I'm gonna have to get that ready for another time. Should have, if I'd have thought about it, I'd have had it ready, though. But they were literally, like, just bent over, tired. Like, FAMU's tempo started wearing them out. And it was really cool because what we had done was, okay, the running game wasn't working, but we started kind of getting a little bit going. Finished the day with like 60 yards of rushing. I believe I said 64, something like that. But what you were really able to do is unlock part of the offense because it allowed you to, one, put their defense in predicaments where they weren't comfortable with, especially dealing with our speed. It was just different. And so you go back and watch that, especially in the later quarters, and especially that drive where we ran that trick play. That was what was working, though. That's what kind of got them. It was the fact that we were running tempo. And I feel like if we just stick to the offense and not the cute stuff, I think we scored in that drive. And I think that's where you were going to pull away. I think that was where you gave Southern hope. Because in all actuality, if I was great in this game, A, B, C, or D, I'm giving FAMU a C-. because you won. So you got a passing grade, but you didn't do it by much. And you didn't do it playing your best ball. Granted, though, I mean, I can almost slip it to a regular C or a low B because the defense was like that. And the special teams, look, that's the best game special teams had all season. Like, real talk, like FAMU's run defense, we were good. But again, that's probably the second best running back you're going to see this season. I think Jackson State's, he's the best. I like, no disrespect, but that's the best running game we've seen this season. That was our first time giving up over 100 yards rushing since the USF game. And they're the only other team to do that. So every other SWAC team, you've held to below 100 yards. So I mean, that's nothing to poo-poo at. That's a solid stat. But we also start to see where that interior line ain't having it. General Hunt and them boys, nope. You better try that somewhere else, but not here. But we also saw where, look, Anthony Dunn, that dude's different. Like, he was this close to being the MVP in the Florida Classic, and he's coming back this season. That dude's been like that. He's gonna get some attention if he continues this. Now, I did look at coverage. I couldn't take a lot from it, and some of that's just because I kind of watched and then I kind of got bored a little bit because sometimes we kind of began the game playing a little more off. We started playing a little more bump and run though. I was okay, but I did like the mixture, that I saw. But I was on a mission. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So by the second half of the game, I kind of remember most of the stuff. So I was trying to say how many drops we had. I told Brian from ONG, he was like, "Can you count how many drops we had?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got you." I was interested anyway because I'm kind of a nerd, but at the same point, they don't normally keep that stat, so it's not something that's readily accessible for you. So we had 17 as a team, but tackling, we were actually pretty solid on tackling. Like early in the game, you did miss a few tackles, but it wasn't something where like some of those other games, you were late in the game, you're like, "Can we tackle?" Nah, I'm like, we were tackling. And yeah, man, like going back to that secondary though. Bowler, yeah, buddy. That guy. He's a him. But yeah. Now, Isaiah Major, he is him. He just needs on the back of his jersey for senior night, don't put Major back there. Put him. Yeah, because he's him. That brother has another 10-plus tackle game. 11 tackles total. Anthony Dunn was next with 7. So, look, your first line and second lines of defense were leading you in tackling. That's crazy. Like, your linebacker and your defensive end were leading in tackles. And they really made it so where Southern didn't want to throw the ball as much, my personal opinion, just because, I mean, Blood is solid. Like, he's not a great quarterback, but he's good enough to get the job done. But at the same point, because he throws that ball with some zip. Like, it looked decent when he was throwing it. The thing that I took away, though, was like, Dooley was like, man, this running game was working. We was getting some yards on these boys. Like, what happened? And I think he was a little nervous because FAMU's corners, they can do some things. I mean, we don't have enough picks, but that's cool. But FAMU's defensive line, again, I just pointed out, the defensive end had the second most tackles, and it wasn't 3. He had 7. Like, that's a lot. And you start looking like end of the game, look at the penetration. General Hunt gets a sack. Like, their offensive line was not able to contend with FAMU's defense. And it was just something that started to, it's there. And one of the things I have to do, y'all know, I can't criticize you and critique you if I don't praise you. Man, look, Coach Smith, yeah, Coach Smith, you doing that. Like, I have definitely been like, man, I'd like to see a little more imagination from my defense. Do this, do some of that. Bruh, you're doing your thing. I can't say it enough. FAMU's defense has been really good to the point where Willie Simmons has said for the past 3 seasons, the defense has been better than the offense. And it's like, you're not wrong. You are not wrong about that. Like, yeah, this defense is like that. They're really good. And they're so good that you can get pressure with the front four, but then you still blitz the linebacker sometimes. It's just, we're seeing some growth and some differences. And I wonder how much of that is just due to the fact that some of these guys have been in the system and in the program for 6 years, 5 years. Like, you start thinking your average college player is in the system, 3 to 5 years. But you talking to some guys, they've been here. Like, they've been at FAMU for a long time, and they've been in the same system the entire time. Like, we keep hearing that about Musa. Like, oh, yeah, this is Musa's first time having the same system. What about the defense, though? Like, we don't talk about some of these defensive players have been in the same system for 5 years. Like, Isaiah Major's been in the same defense for 2 years. Kendall Bowler, what's this, 3 or 4 years? Same system. Like, and you see it. Like, you see it with the players that have been there on the defense and how, the communication is just there. It's effortless. Like, look post-play when Kendall breaks up some of the passes. Sorry. You start to see, like, quick communication. Somebody makes a mistake, and it's not a lot of hands down and pointing like this and shaking heads. It's like, my bad, we fix this. You can actually see where the X's and O's portion of the defense, I'm not going to say these kids are running it by themselves, but they know it. And it's just a really cool thing to see. And I think it's understated how well these players, especially on defense, understand the system, because you had some of that with Xavier last year. You had a receiver who had been in the offense for 4 or 5 years. So he knew where to go, where to be, how to get there. Flip this over and look at what you have. Again, Major, who's been eating, sleeping, and drinking footballs for a minute, and ever since he's been on campus at FAMU, he's been doing that. And he's a grad student. So you start looking, how many of these guys on this defense are grad students? And, how many of them are, they got their degrees. So they majoring in football or whatever else. Like, and that was a joke. But at the same point, you can't discount the experience that this defense has and understate that and not see the correlation to the production on the field. Like, it's there. And to me, it's part of why we're winning. Now, special teams, again, best game they've had all season. Like, hands down, you find a game this year where FAMU's special teams look better. I ain't seen it. The field goal kicking was decent. You can see where Coach Simmons don't trust him, but it's okay. Nobody's kicks got blocked. At least none of FAMU's kicks. The punting team, I feel like Willoy is like middle fingers to all of y'all. You're going to stop talking about me not kicking this ball far enough. I'm going to kick it as far as I can. I'm cool with that. Like, I think he stopped being cute. I'm going to be efficient. I'm going to get this ball. You know what they can't do? If it goes in the back of the end zone, return it. And I think that's probably the best choice. Like, at this point in the season, chalk it up to the game. You're not going to be that cute team that kicks the ball here and gets the perfect placement, and then the return team. No, man. Just kick the hell out of it and get out of there. I'm fine with that. And then the kick return team. Southern didn't really have any major kick returns. Like, not that I can remember. I'm cool with that. And then the punt block team. Look, Bowler does it again. 2 years. Kendall Bowler has returned a kick for a touchdown. Lovey Jenkins blocks it. One of the things that I didn't notice and some of this is just me being honest with y'all. Y'all know how I do. And tonight's pre-recorded. So if you drop a comment in the chat, I'm not ignoring you. I had to pre-record. I got a little something I'm working on, so I can't tell y'all about it. But when we get it right, we'll let you know. But it was just something that I noticed. A lot of our starters are on special teams. And Alabama does the same thing. So you can see where, and this is going back to Coach Smith, he's been at Alabama, he's been at UF. You can see that impact as far as putting your starters on special teams. And then you start to see the plays that those starters make on special teams. FAMU's kick block team is pretty solid. Like, knock on fake wood, no major running into the kicker plays, and probably one of the few starters or non-starters you have out there is Tevin Griffey. He's a special team extraordinaire. Like, I just be honest, if that kid gets a shot at the next level, special teams might be his thing. Like, he could be a doggone Bill Bates type cat. Yeah, look, I did that. Yeah. Some of y'all were like, "Who's Bill Bates? I don't know who he is." That's okay. You'll catch up at some point. Now the problem, penalties. Over 100 yards in penalties, and we seem to get penalties at bad times, especially on run plays. Wondering if that's part of why we don't run as much, just because we do get those penalties. And then the SWAT refs. Look, this is the second game that FAMU's been in where y'all got to police a little more. Throw some of the flags and give warnings. Like, go ahead and give that warning and say, "Hey, I told you. Stop it." Go to the coach, have a stoppage in play, send the teams to each sideline, and say, hey, coach, head coach, if you don't get this under control, it's going to hurt you. Now I'm going to give you 5 minutes to cuss them out. We're going to go in the middle, and we're going to we're going to come back here and play. Just saying. Because last time, we had a fight with the commissioner there, and the security guard got slapped. Like, you gotta do a little more. That's just me. So, but FAMU does win, and it was a good one, man. Now, we hadn't gone inside the den in a while. We're gonna go inside the den, and we're gonna do a new segment called "Running the Pool." So, if you're not familiar, I am in a little pick'em's pool with some of my fellow or contemporaries, created by Brian Fulford from the ONG Strike Zone. So we got a little competition going on. And look, man, folks want to be petty with your mans. Yeah, I know I don't do that boy stuff. I'm Southern, so you're not going to, I don't do that whole boy stuff. Folks be like, "Yeah, your boy, holla at your boy." No. I'm not a boy anymore. There's only one. There's only one where it's like, "Oh boy," and it's like, "Okay," and that's my pappy. And like, yeah, that's my boy right there. Okay, yeah, but so and Gerald messed with me a little bit because we were waiting on the post game, and it didn't come to fruition. But I got called out by She Loves Thee, partially because Brian called her out from ONG. Because she went 0-5 last week on picks. Not my fault. Stop being petty and pick the right teams. So, but I'll put it up here so you good people can see it. And look, I'm so petty. I'll definitely pull up data. I told y'all, I argue with data. I don't do that. Whatever I say goes, argue with your mama bull jump. Nah, man, I don't do that. I don't do that kind of stuff. So what I'll do is I'll tell the truth. So my children will say, "I need you to do this for me. Stop the cap." So shout out to Fangs Up for going 5-0 last week. Equally impressive performance by She Loves Thee for going 0-5 last week. Will someone go perfect again? So She Loves Thee. If I chose all the D2 against D1, I might go 5-0 as well. And then Brian's like, "Oh, that's how she does it." And I'm like, hey, we winning. You play to win the game. So good times. Y'all know it's all in fun. But I'm gonna show you my picks. This was me this week. So I had South Carolina State. I had Northwestern because it's a layup. I actually had Grambling. I had PV and FAMU. So I'm trying to make sure I got the right graphic here. There we go. So that way y'all can all see. Look, we standing on business around here. So y'all can see. Look, I bring receipts. Don't start with me. you started. I'm gonna finish it. So somebody went 2 for 5. A 2 for 5 is good at a chicken restaurant, but in a pick'ems, a 2 for 5 ain't gonna do it. Your man's went 4 and 1, so 4 out of 5 I got right. You can see South Carolina State against Virginia Lynchburg because that's a Division II team. I'm taking that. So I then had Northwestern against Howard because I'm taking that. I chose Grambling over Alcorn because that offense was popping. I lost that one. Then I chose PV over Valley because it's Valley. And obviously I chose FAMU. So come on now, baby. You know how it goes. Now, week 5. This is the 0-5 he was talking about. Look, I can't help you took all the L's. But for me, of course, you show me Virginia Lynchburg, I'm taking them all day. Now I took North Carolina Central over Campbell. That's a division. Those are 2 Division I teams. I took Southern over UAPB. That's also 2 Division I teams. I took Grambling over PV. Again, 2 Division I teams. And then I took FAMU over Valley because obviously 2 Division I teams. Look, told you, don't play with me. I bring receipts. So this week, I got one wrong that week. I chose North Carolina Central over Valley. I chose Miami, Ohio over Delaware State. I chose Towson because I don't trust Norfolk State's coach. I obviously chose FAMU over Alabama State. And I even chose Jackson over Cookman. Like, look, I don't see any Division II teams. And somebody, I don't think they got their picks in. No picks. No picks. No picks at all. It's okay. It's okay. So, and she must not have been at this time. So you can see, look, a brother's been hitting home runs since he got in the game. Like, come over here. Miami, BCU. Come on, bro. Temple, Norfolk. Come on, bro. UCLA, North Carolina Central. UAPB versus Miles. Like, yeah, I'm taking layups when they're there. Like, come on. Y'all over here playing Steph Curry. Like, so we're going to give you next week's picks in a moment. But first, let's do a little recap about this week and see who were some of the teams that won. That courtesy and thank you, HBCU Digital. They provide the livest graphics. These are on the Instagram page. So go follow HBCU Digital on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, now known as X, and also the HBCU Digital website. So let's see. First game, Allen versus Clark Atlanta. Allen gets a win. Look, that's a nice little program. And I'm telling y'all, if I'm the MEAC, that's one of the teams I'm looking at. This game right here. Cookman, man, this game was close. If you watched it, and you're an Alabama State fan, 19-14. They gave you a heart attack. That is Cookman's, they don't put some fear in 2 teams. If he can get some recruits in, that's gonna be a problem. Albany State shut out Central State 48-0. And look, the mighty Quinn, look, just saying, don't play with that Rattler right now. That's And then Miles almost, this is on HBCU Go, I believe, 27-24. Close game. And you saw post-game Miles coach, saying how they needed a good game like that, just to push them. Now this game cost me in the pick'ems, but Alcorn beats Grambling 25-24. And look, ain't gonna lie to y'all, even though it hurt my spot in the pick'ems, I'm kind of happy because I picked Alcorn to win the West, and I'm petty, and I want to be right. Next game, Shaw beats Johnson C. Smith, 21-10. Some CIAA action there. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. Well, St. Aug takes a tough one against FSU, the other FSU. 7-0, man. Low scoring affair. Then JSU, they beat Alabama A&M 45-30. That game was a blowout for a while. Like, Jackson jumped out on them boys, and it was not supposed to be what it became. But it turned out to actually be a close game in the end. Tough loss for Stephen J. Gaither, but Winston-Salem State loses to Livingstone 23-21. Look, y'all, it's going to be interesting to see what the CIAA turns out to be, man. Like, just saying. You got rid of Cho-Wan, but you got the dogs. And Lincoln, they beat the dogs. Bluefield State 52-44. And that was a nice acquisition conference-wise. Like, I ain't going to even lie. I liked when they moved over to that conference. Down I-10, Edward Waters College takes care of Lane. Look at the investment that Edward Waters has put into that program in the past couple years. Their basketball gym, granted, I don't want to see it on TV because that purple and the colors, it's a lot, but it looks nice. New football stadium, like Edward Waters University has definitely come up from the Edward Waters that we kind of used to be like, Edward Waters. Now it's like, all right, like their president, he's got a vision. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm just saying that's gonna Cookman or FAMU. Whenever your president retires, there's a man in Jacksonville. I'll leave it there. Skiggy, they get Morehouse. Oh man, 40-28. Nice little bounce back for Tuskegee after the way they got got that thing put them on Alabama A&M last week. Valley is tough in the Valley, but that's why I chose PV. 31-12. I'm just saying, y'all, the worst two teams in the SWAC are definitely Valley and Arkansas Pine Bluff, but don't sleep on Pine Bluff. Like, you keep playing with them you want to, they're gonna catch somebody slipping. Like, they gave Southern a decent fight last week. But Valley, it's gonna be tough. I think that Alcorn game, that may give some hope to them, but it's just one of those things. They don't really have the dogs, like, respectfully. Now, right here, Fort Valley versus Savannah State. Look, battle who's the best team in Georgia. Them boys just south of Atlanta got that one. So it's gonna be interesting. Again, it's gonna probably come down to Albany State and everybody else right now, because Quinn's got that thing cooking, and he's really putting himself in the conversation for some of these other colleges and universities, especially if he can continue to recruit there. Now, Virginia State puts that hurt on Bowie, and honestly, man, if you're Bowie, you lost a great coach, and that may have signaled the end of a nice little dynasty they had going on. Like, it's going to take them to do a little rebuilding going on there. Now, this one, you already know. Virginia University of Lynchburg takes a big L against South Carolina State, 56-6. South Carolina State drops the new uniforms that game. So, good opportunity to get a win, and hopefully you got some backups in too, man. Look at this. Look. Elizabeth City takes the L, man. 42-20, man. Tough loss. Tough loss there. And last but certainly not least, the mighty Rattlers. 26-19. I picked the Rattlers to win this game. So you already know. You look, talk trash you want to. I got receipts. All right, so for those who are wanting to see who your man's pick for next week, look, don't worry about that. I got you. As a matter of fact, who's number one? Who's number one? Who's number one? 22-3 on the season. Don't play with me. I've been hot on these picks, man. This week, I kind of finished. I tied for first. But I've been hot in these streets, baby. Like, so I'm like, man, I need to let the people know. Let them know that, look, their favorite Rattler has been taking the lead. I've been standing on business for weeks. Ain't no games played around here. Like, so, yeah, man. So let's go ahead and we'll pull it up, show you who I got for this week. If you want somebody different, that's your business. But I'm gonna tell you about me. All right, so for this week, and I shouldn't let the competition know what I got, but you know what? I'm in first place and I'm a little cocky. So these are the picks they have. We only pick 5 games, so I'm picking my 5. I'm picking Tennessee Tech over South Carolina State because I don't have a good reason, but it's because I just don't trust South Carolina State. I'm picking Pine Bluff against Valley because I feel like these are the worst 2 teams in the SWAC, but I also feel like Pine Bluff's quarterback's kind of solid. Like, he's a little bit more accurate than Valley's quarterback. That's why I picked him. I got Jackson State over Alabama State just because that Alabama State system, I don't know what they're doing. Like, quarterback-wise, you need to pick something, but I think Jackson State's just going to outscore them. Like, and I don't even, I'm not trying to be funny about it. I'm just being real. A&T against Delaware, I'm going Delaware, especially after I saw what was posted on Facebook about that offense. Like, yeah, it's anemic. It's not good. And then, look, Lincoln of California, you playing Southern? Man, I'd be a fool not to take that. Like, you can make fun of you want me if you want me to. And if you want to, I'm here for all the smoke. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm taking that layup because it's right there. Finger roll, 2 points. So as y'all can see, though, who's number 1, who's leading? Baby, it's me. I'm at 22 points, 22 wins, 3 L's. So just saying, look, hate it if you want to, but winners win, losers complain. I ain't complaining around here because I'm winning, baby. So, but y'all, look, we're going to try to make this little segment every week, try to show y'all what the progression is. I may not show y'all my picks for every week because some of them other folks going to start catching on, and they're going to want to cheat. Look, don't get mad. Don't play hate. Come join. It's okay. Look, I'm a Rattler. We're going to strike and strike and strike again. And we're going to strike our way out to the top. Come on, baby. Look, I'm just saying, if it was cheating, then they wouldn't have put it up there. But look, it's fair game, baby. I take the wins how they come. So, look, HBCU Digital Network, this is home to Herb Seward and the Black Techies. Also home to the Fangs Up podcast. Look, y'all see, I got double Venom behind me. I got Venom, I got Kofi, and then I got another Venom. Look, ain't no games played around here. We about to win this year. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Thursday, we're gonna do a little special, man. We're gonna do a special. We got the man with the fans. So, because it's hot around here. Try to get them on the show, tell y'all how you can order them, and give you a few weeks because I know homecoming's coming. You got to get your outfit right. You trying to sit in the fans and be cute, it's gonna be packed, and you already know you trying to be cute and look fine. I got you. I got the plug though, so we're gonna put you in contact with the plug for no charge for me. Look, I ain't charging the brother. I just want you to get the information so you could be fly. Look like IAD. Look, she be wearing it too. She have a fan. I'm like, all right, but yeah. We got him coming to the show as long as everything works out well. And then we might do a little special pregame just to talk about game on Saturday against Texas Southern. We'll probably do a little special on Friday. Friday or Saturday, I hit the network up. But we'll do a special so y'all get a little extra Fangs Up, some extra venom for you Rattler this week. And then, of course, we'll do our instant reaction post-game. And yeah, man, we're going to get y'all ready, man. Brother's birthday. So I might even put the Cash App up here, So if you feel like donating to the cause, I would greatly appreciate it, man. But if not, hey, just share, tell a friend. Come join the party, y'all, because it's always a party. It's always a good time because it's always going to be Fangs Up, baby. Let's go, Rattlers. Just settle their feet. Fangs Up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community. They also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!